customer asks for an order. The customer asks for an order, and that order will basically generate, depending on whatever the configuration we have done, that order we will have a credit management scenario. And that credit management, if now here is a if condition that lies here. So if the limit is exceeded, then what happens is a block order is generated. The order is blocked. Now if the order is blocked, then there are two ways to release that block in the real time scenario, of course. So the order is blocked, then we have to send a mail to the credit department, or there will be an automatic workflow that will be created to the credit department, and then they will either take two of the following decisions. Okay, one decision is to release the order, the second decision is to further block the order. So block the order, we send a mail sent, mail workflow sent to credit department. Okay, so here we will have either delivery. Okay, if they release the order, okay, and if they don't release, if the order is released, then delivery is being done, that is right here. If the order is not released, then a notification is again sent to the customer, so the order is blocked again. Okay, and then the customer will be asked to make the payment. So the customer again is asked to make the payment. Make the payment. This is the overall idea of it. So this is the case when the order is released. The order, whenever, let's say, the credit management, this is the blocked path, and the other path of this is that when there is no issue at all, the order is not blocked. So from credit management, if the limit is not exceeded, then delivery invoice is all good to go. Delivery and then invoice. As simple as that. So basically two scenarios that we see. One is the green path of it, where there is no issue. Obviously, it's green because the customer is successfully done. Here, the order is blocked. This is where our credit management issues come in. This is the blocked part of it. Okay, that's the still now is the same the thing that happens in credit management. The system has changed. So basically, for the credit management department, it is important that they fix the credit limit of the customer. They monitor the day-to-day activities. They classify the customer. Basically, the risk categories are important: high risk, medium risk, low risk, and many other kind of risk categories you create. And then you can release the blocked orders. That is the classic credit management. Now there are two types of credit management before. One was a simple credit check, and one was the automatic credit check. In simple, basically, if the customer exceeded its limit, then we can block at the order level. Block at order level. There are three levels of block: order level block, delivery level block, and PGI level block. PGI is basically the post goods issue. Okay, three levels of block are being maintained. Okay, here there is no concept of risk category. That means there's no level of risk, high risk, low risk, no, nothing is there. No level, no risk category is present for simple credit checks. Nobody uses it at all. And also in simple credit check, the system only considers the receivables. Okay, so while performing credit check, receivables means the open items. Open means the items that are invoiced but not yet paid. So basically the last level. So for example, there are many kinds. There are open orders. Okay, there are open deliveries. There are open invoices and open items, right? Basically four levels. So you create an order but not delivered, get delivery not invoiced, get invoice not accounted. I think like that. There's one more open items is there. I think that is, I think when you create an accounting document and it's not yet closed, something like that. I have to check it once. So all of the open items they come together. Okay, so open item value is also there. Open item value I think is a part of an open invoice something, but open items I have to check it. I forgot that term. I'll tell you in the end of the class. So these all these are not here. So all these values are there in the automatic credit check. So you can actually have all these entries in automatic credit check, but here you can't have them. They're not there. Okay, they only have one part, that is the open items. Open item I think it means invoice raised but not yet paid. Invoice raised but not paid. That's open items. Okay. Open deliveries I think it's wrong. Open order is fine. Open deliveries, open invoices. Okay. Okay. Right. So now we go to the configuration check of it. So first of all, we define the credit control area. The credit control area is there as it was previously. So this is S4 HANA. Unfortunately, we don't have a ECC systems to show you, but then the path is same. So you go to SPRO path, you go to financial accounting. Okay, we go to financial accounting and we go to the credit control area. It is, no, this is enterprise structure. Sorry, definition, enterprise structure, financial accounting, and define credit control area. So define the credit control area here. I think yesterday I created time credit control area. That is one thing. So double click on it and there is an update group. So update group will give us three parts of it. So open order value, delivery, and billing document value, you can all have updated at the same time. 15 contains on delivery and billing document value, and the 18 contains open delivery value for sales order and open billing value. The 12 contains the open the delivery value, open sales value, and open invoice value all together. Okay, so if you want some help further, you'll see here. This is where I was talking about. See, four parts of it. So update group 12, sales order increases open sales order value from delivery relevant schedule lines. Reduce the open order value from delivery lines. Increase open delivery value. Open increases open billing and open items. Reduces open billing and open items. So I think in billing document also I think at the item level they're doing it when it comes to this. I'll just tell you after the end of the class. I have a document for this also for the update group for each and every document. The first three is very clear: open order, open delivery, open billing document. I think for open items, basically the invoice is open, but I think the item level payment is not done or something like that. Okay. So the update group 12 is done. That's what you have to select all the time because that's what the companies want. They want all the open details to have an overview of the customer, not just open delivery or open, but it also depends on the customer, what their settings are. Okay, these are some default data when you are creating new customers. Let's say you're creating a customer. Do you want some default credit limit to be given to him? Because anyways, you'll be creating BP, and in BP these limits are there. If you see in the credit limit part of it, this is there. We can also have a risk category. What kind of risk category you make them fall under? The fiscal variant if a K4 should be equal to the fiscal variant of the company to which the credit control area is assigned. So time credit control area is, let's say you have to go to assignment now. So remove definition, go to assignment, go to financial accounting, and credit control area and company code are assigned to each other. Now let's say I have assigned time to 1010, so I can assign that. I can assign time here. Okay, and whatever the fiscal year of this company code would be, that is in OBY6, it's locked. Okay, oh, it's locked because I'm in that state. Okay, so here there will be a fiscal year variant. See, for the company code there is a fiscal year K4, so the K4 should be equal to credit control area fiscal year, that is K4. Okay, now if nobody knows what K4 means, is basically is what is the financial year actually. So for example, here in corporates we have got April as the last day of the financial year. Similarly, they can maintain different things. I don't know much about it, but that's what I know. It's kind of financial year that the finance team follows. Okay. All right. So that is the first part. So we have got we have first defined the credit control, and I'm talking about the old credit control. Okay. Okay. And okay, regarding the update groups, I'll tell you. I said I'll tell you, but then there's one more point that needs to be said here for credit control area. Reference IMG, enterprise structure, definition, financial accounting, control area. Yes, one thing that I have to mention. See, for 12, all of the processes are there. Now, for 15, it is usually used where we don't have a delivery, a service, because only contains it only contains the open delivery values and open invoice value, open item values. So we are using this when we don't have a sales order, because delivery and billing document is there. If we don't have a sales order and we're directly proceeding for delivery without order reference, that can be the case where we are using this particular update data. And for 18, we can use it for cases where there is no sales order, because sorry, where there is no let's say, because it updates all the open order values and open invoice values. So see, open delivery value for the sales order, so it updates all the sales order values and invoice values and open item values, but not delivery values, which means that there is no delivery taking place. So it's useful for service process and third party process. Now, what happens in third party processes? Somebody else is delivering it for us, so we don't have to deliver ourselves. For service, there's no nothing, there's no hardware to deliver to the customer. In such scenarios, we might not have delivery values, open delivery values being updated in the credit management, so we don't need it. So the updation is different. So for 12, we have got all the updation. For 15, where there is no sales order, on delivery and billing is there, we are doing that. And for the third scenario, we have such third party processes and service processes like that, we do it. So this is the application where we're doing it. uh, so that's it from the credit control area. Now we assign I already showed you how to assign the company code to credit control area. Now uh, there is basically two kinds of credit process that we have. The first part is the centralized credit process. The second one is the decentralized credit process. I think you already know this. Centralized credit process and then decentralized credit process. Remember, I'm telling you credit management ECC, then we'll already have done S4, but then I will review it one more time, and then we'll again come back to the post processing activity. So don't get swayed away. I'm telling you credit management because it is a part of the settings of the post migration activities in S4 HANA, in the brownfield project. Okay, so don't get swayed away, because we have to come back again. So decentralized credit process. So in centralized, what happens? There are, let's say, there are three company codes and one credit control area for all the three company code. So let's say the three company code 1000, 2000, and let's say 300, 1000, 300, 3000. All of them have one credit control area. Let's say time. Okay. For decentralized one, all three company codes have individual credit control area. Time one, time two, like that. Time three, like that they have. Okay. Now the relationship between the company code and credit control area is one to many. So one credit control area can have many company codes, but one company code should be assigned to a single credit control area. You have to remember that. Okay. Now I will not cover simple credit check because anyways we don't have that action to do so here. But then credit check basically is controlled by the document type, that is VOV8. If you go to VOV8, its control is right there, slash and VOV8. So you take any order type. Let's say we take an order type OR. Use standard order type OR. Okay, so here, see, this is the credit limit, check credit limit D. So here D is the automatic credit check. Automatic credit check is what I will cover. Simple is anyways useless. There's no point doing it. So you can go for the automatic credit check. Next part is we have got the credit group. The credit grouping is basically applicable only for automatic credit check. The credit chip controls which transaction you want to block. So let's say number one is given, so you can block the order, delivery, and PGI. Three levels of block. Okay. These are the all the customized one, Y1, Y2, whoever somebody might have created it. So that's it. Okay. Now we have to go to OVKK. Now OVKK is nothing but the pricing procedure. In OVKK, it is the pricing procedure. So in pricing procedure, we have got a few uh, settings that we need to have. So sales area is one of them, and then we have got the document pricing procedure, customer pricing procedure. I'll try to find RVAA01, which is a standard one, or 03 is also fine. Let's go for AA01. Okay, so sales organization, this. Okay, and there is something called the condition type for fast entry PR00. Okay, so here we can have this particular pricing procedure assigned, and we can assign our condition type to the pricing procedure, which is basically PR00, and you can actually have a custom made one, ZR00, or whatever you want to have. This is the first step, determination of pricing procedure in the particular sales document, because in VOV8 we see here this particular document pricing procedure and customer pricing procedure, it actually helps us connect us to the sales document. So slash NVOV8. Okay, so there must be a check here. Document pricing procedure. So this document pricing procedure will help us connect that. So this document pricing procedure C for OR, for this is for inquiry, this is for another one. For if I check OR, there will be a document pricing procedure. So this document pricing procedure is right here, Y1. Now this will link us to the OVKK, which is basically, let's take any one of them, and you will find inside of that, you see the document pricing procedure is there. So you maintain that as Y1, whatever was maintained there, and automatically we'll find that the connection is built between the document type and the determination of pricing procedures. You maintain the necessary condition type that you need to have. Now you go to V/08. When you go to V/08, now your determination procedure. So now in OVKK we found that there was a pricing procedure. This is the pricing procedure RVA01, and this is the condition type. Now for this particular sales area, this particular pricing procedure will be activated, and also the for the document type Y1, this is A, but for Y1 OR will be generated. So now we'll go to RVA01. RVAA01. In RVA01, this is standard. We'll go to the procedures. Here you will see that for the net value step, and I have had shown you already this before, but this is irrelevant to the configuration that we are making right now. So in the net value, you will find a subtotal of A. I'm looking for subtotal of A. See, total is a subtotal of A. This A subtotal will update the sales document values into the credit management. Okay, you have to remember that this is KOMPRE. This value is very important. Carry over the price to comp. Similarly, for all the others, you'll see some there are carryover prices, cost carryover prices, statistical prices. The three carryover prices are there. One you carry to the credit, one you carry to the cost, and on the statistical purposes. Also, accruals are there, and we'll cover that in settlement management, where you actually accrue a value and then you use that value later. Credit card is a very nice example for that, but that's a different example. Once you do this, we'll have to go to item category and check it as active. For item category, you can go to VOV8. For item category, VOVV slash VOV6 or 7, I think.
7.
VOV7, we go to TAN, and in TAN, you can check the credit active. Okay, this is all you have to check. Okay, so this basically checks whether you have to update the item values into credit management or not. Okay, and previously there was FD32 as well. Unfortunately, FD32 is no more there, and I can't show you in the HANA system because it is not existing. In FD32 we had details. I can show you on Google. This is a typical FD32 screen. Okay, the same thing you will be able to see in BP as well with much granular details. See, this is category. This is the last internal review. When is the next review date? What is the credit limit of the customer? What are the receivables? All those information are there in this particular 832, which is obviously no more there now. There's something called payment history record, I think, also here. Um, so some of the details are here also. Okay, so that's the old credit management. Now, since I said that I'll tell you about the 4.1. So, all right. So open order value is the order created but not delivered. Open delivery value, delivered but not billed. Open invoice value is the order billed but accounting document is not generated. So that is the thing. So a small little what do I say, difference that actually comes out of it. So the open order value, and then open delivery value, and then we've got open invoice value, then we have got open item value, and then we have got the receivable is one more, but yeah, that you can find in the FD32 as well. So open order value is basically something order created but not delivered. So basically open orders. And this is also very important during data migration. How do you migrate open orders? Once you migrate open orders, how do you then deliver and bill it? So there are some issues there. So all the open orders are first, I think, kept on the old system first, and then all the closed ones are first moved. There are some data migration techniques that is obviously a very big concept that is in ECC and that is in S4HANA, and we'll cover that. Also the staging tables and the migration cockpit, but that's a different issue, right? But interestingly, just to add this, I'm just going out of way, but I'll just add this. In brownfield, the one that we are doing, it doesn't need any data migration, no data migration required. Now, why there is no data migration required? Because we are converting the system, we are not moving the system. That means the database is same, just having it from ECC to S4 HANA. So for brownfield implementation projects, for this kind of project where we are basically converting the system to S4HANA, we don't need to work on data migration. Data is already there in the system, so nothing to really migrate. Okay, but for greenfield, it's a bigger migration. Greenfield, it will have huge data migration that will take place, and obviously we'll have another class for it. Coming back to it, so open delivery value is like it is delivered but not built. Billing process is not started yet.
Siddharth, sorry to interrupt. When
Yeah.
you said you don't need to do it for brownfield, we have new features added into the FSCM, right? So probably these data needs to be updated or aligned. Uh, it brings value to the new features, and we don't really use it if we are not utilizing the flavors of S4 HANA. So when you say we don't need it, do you say per se that the data management is completely, let's say, we don't need to work on it, or there are activities that we need to take care when we, let's say, do a brownfield for at least the credit management part?
So Chandra, right? Chandra speaking, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Chandra,
Yeah.
can you tell me what do you mean by data migration?
See, let's say for credit management, you already mentioned that we have new features added, like what we had it for the segment level, approach.
Hmm.
Correct. So,
Hmm.
when we do the credit management, I believe there are some changes related to BP as well, right, in the credit management per se. So we don't need to do any additional activities in managing the customer master data with respect to the credit management.
No, I'm not able to find a link between this question and data migration. See, data migration is different and configuration is different. When I talk about data migration, I'm talking about moving data from ECC to HANA, right?
Mm-hmm.
For example, you have a master record,
Yes.
you have condition master, you have got transactional data, right? Now, this data has to be moved somewhere. I'm talking about this data. What you are saying, talking about the features, is different. Credit management features will
Mm-hmm.
anyways be there once I do the system conversion. Migration and conversion don't confuse. This is a part of conversion. When I convert ECC to HANA, anyways, all the features of FSCM, BP, everything will come down there. No worries there. My question is about data migration. I said no data migration is required because we're having the same database, we're just converting the system. We don't need to have a data migration to take place. All data is already there. We'll just
Okay.
duplicate the system and keep it in our hand. That the business team will take care of. That's where the sum comes in. Okay, that
Mm.
overall, the migration steps, which is with the basis team, none of our concern. Which we need to know it, and that part I will cover when I'm covering the. There was a part of the syllabus. If I think you'd be knowing that part where see the activity methodology is one of them, which is very interesting also. I will cover the brownfield overview in this approach. See, this is the system conversion is there, no? 7 hours of there. So I will cover, already we have covered all the brownfield, a lot of part of it is covered. But then how the brownfield approach take place, how we can selectively see the configurations, right? How we can transfer that. I will cover that in this area. Right now we are in the CVI part, which is this one. Pre-activities and post-activities, 8 to 9 hours. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Got
Thank you,
it. Yeah.
Chandra.
Thank you.
Question. All right. So now open invoice value. So open invoice value is what? Order is billed, but no accounting document generated. So sometimes there might be confusion here as to what open invoice and open item means. Even sometimes I get confused. Basically, accounting is not generated. That's why it's open invoice value. Okay. Now, invoice raised but not paid by customer. That is the open item value. Okay. And here, open item itself means open receivables. That's why it is called account receivable department. That's why it's called account receivables department. Okay, when you go to a corporate, you'll see accounts receivable, accounts payable. The opposite of it, in case of vendor, when you're buying for vendors, it becomes accounts payable. This is accounts receivable. So that's why in simple credit check they only used open item value. Bro, I have raised you the invoice. Please pay it up. That's what layman will do, na. For you go to grocery shop, Sarji, this much is remaining for you. Please pay it up. This is the pending amount yesterday. Pay it up, right? For big corporates, you have to take all of this into consideration because big corporates run on credit. The credit lines are very high. 15 crores of budget they will have. They'll give this company. Coca-Cola is a company which gives huge credit lines to its vendors. That's why they have such a big logistics system, such a big supply chain network all over the globe. You'll find Coke and Thumbs Up. Coke is bigger because Coke has branches everywhere. You'll find Coke even in if go to the remotest of villages in India, you'll find a Coke there, and that's the beauty of the supply chain. That's how they have been able to grow so much. So with very complicated networks, and they have very good SAP system installed also in Coca-Cola, right? Okay, so now some of the configurations of automatic credit check, almost the same configuration as in S4 in FSCM. There's a few differences. So I've already showed you credit control area, how to create that assignment of copy company code to credit control area. Now in risk categories, previously it was in financial accounting, um, accounts receivable, but now it has moved to financial supply chain management. See also here, I think you will find an account receivable also. I don't know if it's still there or not, this particular code. There's no point also searching for it. We'll directly go to financial supply chain management, credit management, and all the settings are here in credit risk monitoring. All the settings are placed right here. We go to business partner master data. So here previously the risk categories we were defining. Now we will define the risk class. The low default risk, the medium default risk, high default, very high risk, like that we define. Um, Here what we are defining is there's a score. On the basis of the score, they basically calculate. If you remember in the last time we talked about the formulas and everything. So on the basis of the score, they calculate how to give them and what level of credit check they would be run through. First part. Second part would be the, actually I won't have everything here because that was a part of ECC. But in ECC we used to do a credit group. Credit group is basically at what level you want to block. It is still here also. I'll just show you. Okay, so in FSCM and ECC, I'll do it side by side. Okay, in ECC we did not have to do any kind of deactivation, but here you have to deactivate. So what is it called? So see, if you go to integration, okay, credit management, remove it. Financial supply chain management, credit management, remove master data, credit limit request, integration of sales and distribution, integration of sales and distribution. See here you can find defined credit groups. So also the same thing was there in ECC. Okay, at what level the block is needed, sales order level, delivery level, PGI level. Similarly here we have a credit group as well, but the settings are different. In a different place it is maintained. Okay, that's one part of it. The second part would be the assignment of sales documents and delivery documents. See, this is also here. In ECC we had a limit check. So here remember, in whatever document you have, whether it's OR or whatever document or cash sale or BV, whatever, the credit check will always be D. The other part are there, run simple, run simple, run simple. Just completely ignore them. They are there, but nobody uses them. It just, so for the sake of being, it is there. We have to take care of it through automatic credit management only. And credit group is one because we are blocking it at the sales level. 01 means that blocking at the sales order level. That's why it's 01. Okay, go back one step. So now once you do that, then we, for delivery checks also, we have a delivery, let's say. So let's say from order we have delivery LF. LF is a standard one, right? I'll just scroll down and see if LF is there or not. See, LF is there. So for LF you can either maintain 02 for delivery and 03 for credit group. The standard. Why standard? Because 03 is credit group for goods issue, right? So in order to have that check, you can actually have it, otherwise you cannot have it. It depends whether you want to have that block at the credit level or not. Okay, So that block you can maintain. And you might say, okay, if I'm maintaining the block, then how am I controlling the block? So here you double click on it. Okay, it is not being maintained here. Anyways, the point is that you can actually have a block here, and the block levels are maintaining the other configurations that we have done previously. Okay, so define the credit groups and assign it. Now once you do that, we can actually have let's say mm, the automatic credit control. So all these settings that you are seeing are the settings very similar to ECC and S4HANA. Okay, the path is different. So the now define. Okay, there's another point of risk categories. So here's the risk category. So this is the one that we can actually relate to it. The last one was the risk class, which is different. This is the risk category that we can relate to ECC. In ECC also we had a risk category where we actually had a category, high risk category, and assigned to a credit control area. Here also we have the same. So I did a mistake there. The last time it was risk class where we are defining the low risk, the high risk. Here the risk category is being assigned to the credit control area. Little different. Okay. And finally, once you have assigned this, and then we go to the define automatic credit control. You execute this. Now you have a proper what do I say, determination happening. So credit control area, the risk class, the risk category, and the credit group, they're all coming together to create high risk sales orders. Now depending on the risk category, you basically define. If the risk category is A, then there is no default risk orders, although the credit group is 01, that is at the sales order level. Okay, the at what level you want to block it, it is maintained here. What is the risk category of the customer is here, and what is the credit control area. So for time I had maintained 2. Okay, and for B I think is what is it, is a low default risk. B is a low default risk, and for E is a very high default risk. So low and very high I had maintained both here. So that's time. Okay, same was the scenario with what is it called, the ECC part. So this part of ECC has remained unchanged. There's one more part which is a part of the OVA8, that is the automatic audit control. um, okay, so one more thing is here you can maintain some reaction. I'll come to it also, how you can maintain some reaction here. mm, 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 mm. See, I've maintained it here. One extra step in FSCM. So in ECC, almost everything I've got it, or automatic credit check. OV8, I'll come to it. Because in ECC, there was something called OVA8. I don't know if it will open or not. OVA8. Yeah, maintenance, view maintenance. So I'll go down here. So that is the same path. Okay. So whatever was there previously in OVA8, it has come down to here. The same path. If I cancel this, you see this page is what's remaining of OVA8. Previous page of OVA8 was different. This is OVA8. There were so many things in OVA8 screen. See, this is the previous OVA8.
Hi, Siddharth.
Yeah.
Siddharth, where do we maintain the horizon period? Or
What
that
period?
concept is not there in horizon period. We normally
Horizon, yes.
maintain it
Very
in
good question.
OV8, right?
Very good question. Horizon period is not in our jurisdiction anymore. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we don't maintain horizon period by ourselves now. Whatever I've showed
Okay, but
you,
where is the setting?
by the setting.
I mean, it has to be maintained somewhere, right?
Not sure, yeah. To check it. At least we have
Okay,
not maintained
because that
horizon period as
is
SD consultants.
okay, because that is one part of the dynamic check, right? We do.
Yes, it is there.
That is
But
not there in
then the
static.
credit
Yeah.
control area, if you have issues in like horizon period, then you have to consult an
Mm.
FSCM consultant.
Okay.
Hmm. But let me check if I can find some details of where it is maintained. We haven't worked on it in FSCM, but should have been there.
Yeah, because I see in the similar screen where you are showing it as OV8 screen, many functionalities were not there.
Yeah, it's not there. You're correct. It's
Mm.
come down to BP. Let me open a BP and see if I can find it. Remember the last BP we created? I think it's 2 star something, no? 2 star. We might have to possibly maintain that in the rules, yeah. Because I couldn't find the horizon
Okay.
period details. All the details that need to be maintained are here. Let me go to segment data. Mm, hold on. Payment behavior must be a place, can be a place where we can have. Segment. Yeah, highest running. You talk. What was your horizon period? No, horizon period. Horizon
Yeah.
period. Mm, mm, mm. Let me check. Hold on. There can be another path where it can be there. Not sure. If that will be the path, but for supply chain management, credit management, credit risk monitoring. Mm. Remember this path, right? The credit rules that we spoke about. Dynamic, you said, right? Dynamic
Yeah.
checks. See, horizon.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, you maintain it here. Hmm. But then, please talk to an FSM consultant before doing any steps. Okay, because they
Mm.
will be the people who would be the most relevant one in this scenario. Don't make any changes. You can
Mm.
select the rule, or you can create a new rule, copy a new rule, but don't make any changes without the consulting the FSCM consultant. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
So in OVA8, we used to have some of those details here. You can see in the screen there are some dynamic checks, statics, open orders, open delivery, selecting from here the horizon value. All these details have now moved to here. Define checking rules, and here you can select the rule, and from the rule you can go to the checks, and then you will find some details here. Okay, what are the various checks you want to have, and what levels of checks? So static check of exposure, check for maximum dunning level, check for the oldest period. Now as you develop these steps, if you remember when we were doing our check, while doing the BP part, that is, so you can enter the risk class here, high default risk. We can enter the check rule. Okay, dynamic check rule. Let's say there's a credit group also for corporates. Okay, Rating procedure, let it be. Creditworthiness data is there. Okay, now see, score of 19 has come. Okay, now here there can be some details. So this is showing us the formula that we have used before. I've already informed you about the formula. What nationality, if nationality equal to this, if occupation equal to this, what happens? Gender equal to 2, what happens? How the credit management is taken care of. Right. In credit worthiness data, you can enter some details, but not necessary. You can go directly to credit segment data. Here you can create a sales segment as this one. Okay, you define the limit as, let's say, 1000. Limit defined now 1000. Okay, and then we can actually simulate it, and once the simulation is done, anyway, integrate check, you'll see all this things are being done. If it's increased, then we will find some details here also. One, yeah, and integrate check, it will be failing possibly. I'm going to increase the limit a bit. Create limit equal to 0. Why it's not coming? Cancel. So limit is 100, and now we simulate it. We make it 200 and execute it. Why is successful? Total liability is doesn't exceed the credit limit 0. Must be some rule why the amount is not working out. But last time it was working out when we were doing it. So to check it. To check some of the rules why it's not coming out. If you want to put maybe a credit check, we have to check why it's not coming. Old credit exposure and kit horizon is this. Total liability is reserved. Why is this coming? Total liability 0. INR is not coming. Does not exist the credit limit of 0. Just check in the old video. I have done that for another BP. Check that, and you will see that there must be some other filter here which is not allowing us to happen. Right. So that is the one scenario here. What is the next one? Mm, 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 mm. Okay, so deactivation of SAP credit management. I was talking about this. So we'll go back there. SPRO, SAP reference IMG, financial supply chain accounting, credit management, credit risk monitoring, integration with sales and distribution, deactivate. So if you deactivate, then SAP credit management will be deactivated. FSCM will be deactivated. So just a setting. That's all. Do it. That's the one extra part that is given. Credit segments are defined. Credit that is the only extra that is there. Define credit segment. Okay, we define a credit segment, and just that extra level of hierarchy is there, and then we assign the credit control area to the credit segment. That's it. That's it. We assign the credit control area time has been assigned to credit segment TCM 00. That's all about it. Extra that is there, and then same area, same things are again defined. All these other things now, they're all defined by the FSCM team. Define the credit exposure categories. Okay, now this is very interesting when it comes to the credit exposure categories, and it's quite more a lot of extensive information is there. The sales value, the receivables value. So all these value are being defined by a category: 100, 200, 300, and this is how it's defined in FD 32. That is, when you go to the BP, I'll take an old BP and see if it is there. Let me first check SC16N. BUT 010 is there, I think. 2020. BP role. The BP role is UKM 000, and I'm trying to find some BP with UKM 000. So see, there is a BP with UKM 000. I'll take an older one, possibly maybe having something more data. BP, and I'll just execute this and start. Okay, and here you see the limit of 5, but if I go to the, so basically what happens is type is here, no? In type 100, 200. So for 100 there will be some credit exposure, some for category for exposure will be there. Some details will be maintained just like every 32. Some details are maintained, and those details that are maintained are on the basis of this particular scenario. This particular 100, for 100 how much is maintained, what is the sales order value, what is receivables value, what is the delivery value that is remaining. So that is defined by the category. Okay, let me open another one and see. Yeah, see, just give me one moment. See, for this type of open orders, total exposure is this: credit exposure, currency, credit exposure, and then there are some extra details for financial team. It is much more better to understand. So you can actually separate it out for 100 credit segment, 1000 for this type open orders type. What is the commitment? What is the hedge? I don't know what this means. Now is currency. So all the details you will find, that every 32 details that are missing are all find you will find here. Okay, so you can note this BP down. Use this BP as your main BP because it already has some information about it, right? It possibly might have some orders also in its name, so you can analyze that for your understanding. VA0, sorry, VBAK, and so this is a BP, right? So sold to, enter it and execute it. There will be some orders on its name. See, there were multiple orders, so many orders created on its name. So that's why it has a very widespread application. That's good. Use that particular BP for your transactions. It will be useful for you. Okay. And also, if we go to simulation mode, if we simulate it, and I am giving it some value, let's say maybe some $1 million or something. Okay. So there are some check steps that they're doing. Uh, Total liability, credit segment, total credit exposure, total liability doesn't exist. Okay, so they have a much higher credit limit, so the liability is not increasing. That's the steps. So here, there are multiple steps you can see. The most important part is here you see there are multiple steps that they're taking to check something, right? These steps are being taken through this part that we had shown previously. Go to risk monitoring. Uh, Here. So once we, let's say, have this one, then we have got the score. Not this one, not this one. This one. Formulas, credit limit check, define checking rules. So in checking rules, here we have a list of what they're doing. So for the first one, these are steps. Second step, third step, maximum learning level. They're checking the age of the oldest open item, checking the payment behavior, checking the overdue items, then giving us the result. And there are some parameters also. Okay, what is the credit insurance? What should be the value of it? System group, dunning level. What should the oldest open value should be? How much should be the limit? So there are some details that are being maintained. You can make new entries also here. So you can make a step here, 100 step, whatever the step is. Allow namespace. We can check a step. Show credit analyst step. You can enter. Okay. What's one? Sequencing noise. Okay. Then create segment. See here. Check rule in check rule 01. You have entered a step. Now here you can make a new entry. What is the credit segment? TIME time. Okay, does not exist. So we can use the another credit segment which is applicable in this scenario. Okay, right? And go back one step. Like show credit analyst. Okay, and then go to credit segment. Segment is maintained. So you can use these steps, and then they will also show the credit analyst which credit analyst has been using it. All those parameters are coming in, and that's how it works out. Okay, and all these steps will come finally here, and then you are getting the final result. Okay, why this is being exceeding? I think credit limit is too high, ours is low, the amount is lower, that's why it is not. Even if I try to do, I have to check 99 credit check, it's too large. So I have to check it, what's going on. 9 okay, 9999 8 nines 99999 999. Anyways, we have to check this setting first. So that's the overall idea of the credit check. Now credit segment is done. Okay, for credit segment, please make sure that you are always maintaining at the segment level only. Okay, just always enter 2 credit segment level. Always maintain the credit segment level. This is for the credit segment that we created. So go to master data credit segments, create the credit segment, and then when you double click on it, please enter the credit check as 2. The M part of it. So the exchange rate M is there. It is used for exchanging the currencies. So if you have, let's say, a dollar and you want to change it to INR, you can't always do that. So in the system, somebody is giving it in dollars and you have to fit in INR. Then you can actually have that this OB08. I think people have worked on this already. So in OB08, you basically maintain the exchange ratios. OB08. So here you can exchange, the exchange rate can be maintained. So if it's the exchange rate is M, then it will have a particular value. So M has particular values for everything. So from ANG to BMD, for ANG to BRL, I don't know what these currencies are. China, I think this is Chinese currency. Czech Republic currency, like that. You can maintain values. Okay. And there's also a table called TCAR. The TCAR table is basically the same table that is here, only in the table level TCAR. Okay. Create risk class. I will show you how to create risk class. There is course for every risk classes that you entered in the BP. You maintain it here. You deactivate the credit segment. You keep it deactivated. Define the credit control area. I will show you K4. Define the credit segment. Assign the credit control area to the credit segment. Like this. Assign sales area to credit control area. That's one part of it. Okay. Same processes. I think company code to credit control area. Almost same processes. Just the entire things have moved to BP, and the 8032 has come down to the BP as well. And the 100 and 200 and 300 order level and delivery level, those values are shown in the 8032 level. At the item category level, TAN, we have got VOV7. You have to keep it active. I already shown you this one. The same VOC7 category right here. And then in credit groups, we are defining the where we want to have the check to happen. Then we are assigning the delivery documents. I have already shown you D for sales order, and then 0203 for delivery and PGI. Define the risk categories, where we have the risk category of B and E that I've defined for myself, risk category of that particular customer. In automatic credit control, we have this. where if we maintaining B, the reaction C is basically give us error message and stop me and give us a warning and show me what is the credit limit by which it is increased. So how you want the document to react is what is given here. So if you have the, let's say, credit limit is increased, how do you want them to react? That reaction is here. Or do you want them to block them? Okay, you can block them. Okay. So that's the reaction in OV8 basically. This is the OV8 version of it. And I've made another one for D. For D, you already know that D means that B plus the error message. So B is error message and then showing by how much the credit limit has been exceeded. And for C, warning. And how much it is increased. Okay, that's it. So that is one part of it. Then you create the BP. Go for Once you create the BP, you can actually have the UKM 000 done with. Now, what is remaining to be done? Yeah.
Siddharth,
Hmm.
before you start this, can we have a 10 minutes break?
Yes.
If it is okay.
Yes, we're supposed to. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Just let me summarize
Thank you.
this. So just give me 5 minutes to summarize this. So the FICO the FSCM part of it is done. Whatever the configurations of the migration, the post migration of the all the steps we have already taken post migration. So the credit management steps have taken, and the BP configurations are taken. Few more are left, which we can cover, and we have to test some scenarios now. For testing the scenarios, we have to have a sales order, and we can block the sales order at a few levels. We can do that in the next class. For this class, we can have this FSCM, and then we'll go to another topic, which will be relevant today. So yeah, take your break, and we'll come back again in 15 minutes, maybe 11:15. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.